All right, today we're going to look at solving an equation with a variable on both sides that requires distribution. So we're going to talk about distribution. Okay, what is distribution? All right, well, let's look at the equation that we're going to be working with. So we've got 24 minus 8p equals negative 4, and then in parentheses we have 8p plus 6. So what do these parentheses mean? These parentheses mean that we're going to multiply what is outside of the parentheses, or the coefficient, which is negative 4. We're going to multiply that by what's in the parentheses, and we're going to do that using distribution. All right? So here's what this is going to look like. We're going to distribute the negative 4 to both the 8p and the 6. And when we do that, a negative 4 times an 8p, that gives us a negative 32p. And then the negative 4 times the positive 6, a positive time or negative times a positive gives us a negative. So we're going to have a negative 24. And then we're just going to bring down what is on the left side of the equation. And now we're ready to begin combining like terms so as to isolate the variable, which is p. So as we talked about last week, we have lots of different options here. We could start by subtracting 24 on both sides. We could subtract by adding 8p on both sides. We could subtract by, or start by adding 32p on both sides. Or we could subtract or start by adding 24 on both sides. And let's go ahead and do that since that was our last option. I love having options. So this negative 24 plus 24, that's going to cancel out. And then we're just going to bring down our negative 32p. We're going to bring down our equal sign. We're going to bring down our minus 8p. And then we're combining these like terms to give us a positive 48. The next thing we're going to do is, since we have the number 48 on the left side, we want to go ahead and get the variable terms on the right side, and we're going to do that again by using inverse operations, and we have a minus 8p, so we're going to add 8p on both sides. That negative 8p plus 8p cancels out, so we're going to bring down our 48 on this side. We're going to bring down our equal sign, and we're going to combine these two like terms, and we've got a negative 32p plus an 8p, which is going to give us a negative 24p. And then we have one more step in order to isolate the variable p. Right now we've got a negative 24 times p, so using inverse operations, we're going to do the inverse or opposite of multiplication. We're going to divide by 24. And if we divide by 24 on that side, we need to divide by negative 24 on this side. And then we've got a negative 24 over negative 24. Any number over itself is 1, and we can cancel that out because it's understood the coefficient is 1. And we bring down our p, and then we have our 48 divided by negative 24. Positive divided by a negative is a negative, and that gives us a negative 2. So that is how we solve for an equation with a variable on both sides that does require distribution. You have a couple examples to go through on your own, and we'll talk to you soon.